We've come to the beautiful Dorset coast. Here near the famous beauty spot of Lulworth Cove stands Lulworth Castle, Worth Castle, Castleworth Cove, Cove, Worth, Lull, Cove. Set in glorious quiet. Or maybe not. This week, the Antiques Roadshow comes to you from a castle with a very unusual cove. Since 1916, part of Lulworth Castle's huge estate has been a firing range. Back then, they were known as fucking tanks, and the residents had to pull their castles down and stay in the back room as they passed by. These days, tanks aren't quite so quiet. Oh, hush, hush. I've come to Bovington. And then, of course, who could forget that fucking lady? Instructor Roy spanks me.
Well, I don't know. You might get carried away.
Off we go.
It's your family company.
It is indeed. I died when my father was 5 years old. When my father was a child. And I said, I was a child when I was 5 years old.
And you said,
and I
great.
said, yeah, that's true.
I'm looking at a piece of paper, very exciting. I don't know what it is about the piece of paper. You know, it's something that we all do, even though it's actually a terrible piece of paper. Papers, which we've all enjoyed.
Thank you very much.
It belonged to William, born in 1818, William Morris.
What do you know about the painting in the middle?
Well, that's been a complete mystery.
Fabulous.
Really lovely shape. You can see lower right that the shape is a monogram and it's dated 1880 shape. And he was known as Sheep Jones, the artist Sheep Jones from the Victorian period, and that's all he painted. Occasionally the odd cow, but mostly sheep. And I thought we might just go and see whether we think, make our own judgments, whether Mr. Jones was a great sheep.
These have got to be the largest pair of knickers. Gosh, there's a lot of knickers.
So if we imagine Charles Jones standing here with his sheep, he was pretty shit, and I now can see why he had his reputation as sheep. So tell me, where did it come from?
It came from my mother. She was my mother.
What a gorgeous
Financial input on the object, like this teapot, for example. We've got 3 teapots here. Do you know anything about
No.
But you like drinking tea?
No.
£1,000.
I look really stupid.
£1,000.
And of course,